Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Danny Chess and welcome back to One Year 365. And today we'll actually talk about spring because this is 2nd of March and apparently this month is supposed to be the early of spring or the springtime pretty much as an end towards winter. Well, I mean that's only for people that live in the northern hemisphere, like for instance in Russia, in the US, in the Canada, European as well. So all these countries are at the northern hemisphere. Also like China and Japan, Korea, etc., etc. These are all like countries that experience winter, currently at the moment, and it's about to shift or change towards springtime, I guess. So I go by with that. And for the southern hemisphere, obviously it's not spring; it is summer, I believe, and it's almost the end of summer, and it's almost fall, I guess, or autumn. It's almost Halloween for them, pretty much. But all right, um, southern countries are like South American, like I think Brazil, Mexico. Is Mexico actually south or not? I'm not sure, but any of those countries pretty much, right? The southern America, and then after that Africa as well. In the South Africa, I believe that was in the southern hemisphere as well. And then South Asia will be India, okay. And then after that, Australia as well. Interesting, Australia, obviously at the southern, hemisphere. And then there is also New Zealand, etc., etc. Yeah, like surrounding, around those location. Oh, there's also Antarctica, but Antarctica has special season. I think the season is polar. I think the polar weather. It is always polar, right? Meaning that it's always icy over there. It's always winter. Not necessarily always winter though. Don't get me wrong. I think there's still season as well, like clear winter weather or blizzard probably. It's something like that pretty much. But yeah, um, those are I guess countries and their season. It's either spring or autumn, and this one though, again, like I said, because previously we talk about summer during summertime, like last year, and then after that we talk about fall as well or autumn. I think I call that fall season, which I did on October as well, and then after that winter obviously I did on December, and I guess today we'll actually eventually talk about spring, and that'll be the last season that we have to discuss about in this 1 year 365. That's a full year for season. Also, I did sunny season as well. I think not sunny season, dry season, I believe, or summer. It's kind of the same, and also rainy season, which I already did as well, like last year towards September or October, I believe. So yeah, there you have it. Spring. Let's just start. We'll talk about spring. Um, Spring is one of the four temperate seasons succeeding winter and preceding summer. Okay, that's kind of obvious. There are various technical definitions of spring, but local usage of the term varies according to local climate, cultures, and customs. When it is spring in the northern hemisphere, it is autumn in the southern hemisphere, and vice versa, which I already mentioned. At the spring equinox, days and nights are approximately 12 hours long, with daytime length increasing and nighttime length decreasing as the season progresses until the summer solstice in June. Okay, northern hemisphere. Yeah, okay, and December for southern hemisphere. Yeah. Spring will be temperate season. Blooming flowers and trees in spring. Yeah, okay, this is interesting as well. You will see so many flowers blooming during spring, which is kind of interesting. Well, here in my country, though, I think it will happen again during summertime as well or dry season. But during wet season as well or rainy season, there is also still flowers, by the way, that actually only bloom during colder, season, which is in this case rainy season, or around the high ground, like high plateau, I guess. What do you call that? Like highland, like around mountain area. So yeah, astronomical season will be 21st of March until 21st of June, which I think I already mentioned previously as well. Yeah, meteorological season will be 1st of March until 31st of May. However, there's this, like shift, I guess, like the weather got changed, I guess, every now and then. And like winter, apparently winter starts on the third week. That's why, as you can see over here, basically what this says is that spring will not come just yet. It will still be winter if you're, I guess listening to this. It will still be spring. I mean winter. And that will not last until at least the third week. Well, at the most, I guess, the third week, which then after that everything melts down and it will be spring pretty much, which I guess the end of winter. If you love winter, then it will be sad because you will need 9 more months until another winter, right? But yeah, solar season will be 1st of February until 30th of April. Okay. This is for the southern one. Astronomical will be September to December, and the meteorological will be September to November, and the solar will be August to October. Okay, here we go. Summer, autumn, winter, spring, and we're now at the spring. At least for the northern one. Um, okay, meteorological reckoning. Okay. Yeah, I think I already mentioned about this. Astronomical and solar reckoning. I have no idea what that means. I don't know what solar reckoning means actually, but alright. Um, ecological reckoning. Okay, I guess it's just the time, right? Natural events. Okay, hundreds of sour cherry blooming in extreme Madura, Spain during spring. Oh, that's actually interesting. In fact, I actually never seen cherry tree. Is this actually cherry tree? That's interesting actually. I thought cherry tree was like I don't know, like grape probably, but apparently it's actual tree, and the leaf is white actually, which is again surprising for someone who never saw cherry tree in his life, which is me. I never saw cherry tree before. Okay, that's actually interesting. I actually expect the tree to be like green leaf, and also it's like a viney type of tree. Um, like strawberry, or well, strawberry is not viney but more like berries, because blue, I mean, like cherry kind of looks like berries, like grape, blueberry, blackberry, kind of similar, but I guess not. So yeah, late April in the Alps. I think this is Canada if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this one in the Alps, I think. At high elevation, spring is often the snowiest period of the year. Oh, that's actually interesting. Spring is often the snowiest period. Huh. I thought winter is the snowiest, but apparently not. Okay, according to this. There is also citation there. Interesting. A willow in Stockholm in April 2016. Ooh, a willow tree. I actually never seen a willow tree in person as well. Okay. Next we have sowing at spring in Estonia. Okay, I think this is Europe. I think. Sowing. Oh, this is pretty much farmer. Oh, okay. This is interesting as well because during winter you cannot really have any farm, right? Unless you have greenhouse, obviously. Meaning that as soon as winter ends, people like farmers will start to sow their soil, I guess, like uh, tile, making sowing tile, or like I don't know, like it's preparing for plants in a way, right? During early spring, the axis of the Earth is increasing its tilt relative to the Sun. Okay, the length of daylight rapidly increases for the relevant hemisphere. Okay, that doesn't sound good, at least for me, because I really hate daytime compared to nighttime. In a way that daytime there is sun and it just shines so brightly. Well, maybe in your country it's not as bad, but keep in mind that I live in the equator line, and yeah, I'm at the hemisphere, and the sun is directly above my head, and every time it's daytime, it just feels like there is some. I feel like you're getting preheated, like from above, which is interesting. And in fact, as well, so many like tourists, when they stay in my country, they will actually complain about the same thing about how things are very hot and they will just sweaty. Like will be sweaty. I mean, or will sweat, which is I feel like like that's just how how it is in my country, I guess. So yeah, that's why I hate daytime here relatively to nighttime. In the in the context of temperature, obviously. So yeah. Okay, let's just as soon any snow begins to melt, swelling streams with runoff and any frosts become less severe. In climates that have no snow and rare frosts, air and ground temperatures increase more rapidly. Okay, so temperature increasing, which obviously the case because winter just ends, right? Um, After that, we have many flowering plants bloom at this time of year, which will be interesting if you are, looking for plants. I guess house plants. I guess spring is the best, you know, a season for you to get yourself some flower plants. I feel like there is so many of them. You can always buy in your local nursery, I guess, which is interesting. I personally love that as well. I really love plants. If you don't know, I already mentioned about these so many times. I really love plants for some reason. Also animals. Like it really looks amazing seeing plants grow because you cannot really see that immediately, right? With plants growing, you basically plant like today, and you will see like every week or every 2 week, and then you can see the progress that it's making. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that plants will age slowly, just like you, and like after a month has passed, then you can look at yourself as well for the past month. What have you done? Like anything that you have done, is it great or not? As you look at your plans pretty much, and remember how it was a month ago and how it is right now, which basically they grow, right? But you never actually realize that they're growing. It's just that after you stop looking for a while, you come back, the plant's already making progress. Then you're asking yourself, have you also made the same progress or not? During the same amount of time. So yeah, it's like I don't know. It's like I guess it's like thinking with yourself, right? It's a moral compass, pretty much. I guess. Okay, let's continue this one. I'm just gonna. Okay, what is this? Spring in the southern hemisphere is different in several significant ways to that of the northern hemisphere. For reasons including one, there is no land bridge between southern hemisphere countries and the Antarctic zone capable of bringing in cold air without the temperature mitigating effects of extensive tracts of water. Honestly, I have no idea what I just read there. Basically, there's not really any land, okay, that can travel cold air, I think. Okay. The vastly greater amount of ocean in the southern hemisphere at most latitudes, okay. Um, I have no idea what that means as well. Okay. There is a circumpolar flow of air, okay, uninterrupted by large land masses. Oh, I see. Okay, so basically there is storm that's gonna happen. Interesting. Yeah, because it makes sense. Um, there is no land, meaning that there's no mountains, etc., etc. Meaning that if there is a strong gust of air or wind, it's just gonna pass through, right, without any resistance. In this case, like mountains, building, etc., etc. Well, I mean, building, there's building obviously, but since the majority, or majority space is water in the southern hemisphere, so air travels with less restriction, or yeah, I guess, or what is it called, like friction, or limit, I guess. But yeah. Fourth will be no equivalent jet streams. Okay, I don't know what that means. And the peculiarities of the reversing ocean currents in the Pacific. Okay, I have no idea what that means as well. Culture associations. Okay, what is that? Holi in Nepal. Okay. Carnival. They have, what is this? Oh, actually, now that I think about it, I think India or Nepal, well, India at least. I think India might actually be in the northern hemisphere, now that I think about it. Huh. Wait, is India northern or southern? That's actually a question. Anyway, Carnival. Okay, there's so many. Practiced by many Christians. Okay, it is the first spring festival of the new year for many. Okay, Easter. Oh, okay, Easter. I guess Easter. Like holiday, right? Easter egg, I guess. Okay. Which will happen in spring. I don't know when though, because we have 3 months. It's either March, April, or May, I believe. So yeah. Okay. Okay, here we go. The date of Easter varies between 22nd of March and 25th of April. Okay. I don't know though for 2023. I might actually have to like look at that myself. May Day, okay, May Day is the 1st of May, obviously. Public holidays, I guess. Yeah, it's for Labor Day, I think. In my country as well. Usually, it's the time where there is people trying to deliver their voice, I guess, to the government. Increase the minimum labor, I guess, a minimum wage, and then what is it? Basically, just to make, without all these men and women or labor doing their job, I feel like the world will not go around, right? So it's just fair that all these people got what is it like got their living better, pretty much, because they are part of the main gear that runs the world, pretty much. Without any labor, you can't really have anything. Like, how are they supposed to have industry without labor? That's just, I mean, well, I guess now that I think about it, it might actually be possible with the AI, robot, Android, and stuff. But I feel like that will be far, far, far in the future, and not our current time. Current time, human labor is still the top, right? It's still, yeah, it's still anywhere pretty much. I'm just gonna say like 99 point something percent, because it's very minimum where the things are automated pretty much. Even that as well, like well, like machinery needs maintenance, and who will do maintenance on machinery, right? Well, obviously human. Well, unless you have robots that will do maintenance for other robots, which you know it means that that robot will also require maintenance as well. It's just a loop pretty much, and at the end it will always require manpower, or like women power, I guess. Labor time, that's maybe I should call it that. But yeah, May Day, anyway, Passover, okay, All Hallow Tide. I have no idea what this is. Wait, Halloween, huh? In the spring. Oh, in the southern hemisphere. Okay, I just mentioned about that as well in the early of this video. Basically saying that if you're like at the southern hemisphere, then Halloween for you will be during this time as well, right? Because this is fall. In your zone or country at the southern hemisphere, uh, being the opposite according to the season in the northern, which is spring. So yeah. See also, okay, this is just, oh, this is, I think this might actually be, oh, there's St. Patrick's Day as well. That is actually interesting though, now that I think about it. Spring Carnival, okay. This is interesting. This honestly kind of makes me want to make a specific mini series for this. I don't know if I want to do that. It might be a good thing because obviously there is so many carnivals, right? Like events for spring. Like what people eat during spring, what people do during spring, etc., etc. I feel like that might actually be another mini series. But looking at our time here, our scheduling, I feel like that's gonna be a little bit impossible. But we'll see. Okay, we'll see. So yeah. Anyway, that will be it though for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. For sure, I will probably make Saint Patrick's Day, like episode of that, and then maybe Labor Day as well. That is 1st of May. That is like 30 days until the series ends, which is fine. And then Easter, okay, Easter, which obviously I will cover as well. And then after that, what else? Okay, so those three things I need to, write that down just for me in the future to come back for that and discuss about that, I guess. But alright, anyway, I think that'll be for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay safe, stay healthy. I will see you again tomorrow in the next 1 year 365 video or discussion. But until then, happy last days of winter and welcome spring, I guess. Have you been ready for spring yet? I'm not sure. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, see ya.